Hello guys, this is Nitin Power. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll talk about how you can compare the data in your Excel. Consider that you have a source data and you have a target data. Now what you want to do, you want to compare those source to target data, whether all the data is matching between source and target or there is some data issues between source and target. So how you can do that? First of all, what you need to do, copy all your source data, put it into the tab of your Excel, then copy the same data, means the sequence should be the same. Column sequence of the source and the column sequence of the target should be the same. Put that data in your Excel. Okay, here you can see that I have 2000 rows in my source, and in my target also I have 2000 rows. So comparing one by one, considering for this data is like 10-15 minutes I can cover, but consider that you have 50, 60, 70 columns and you have 7,000, 8,000, or like 10,000 records. So comparing one by one, finding that records is like very time consuming task. So in this video we'll talk about how you can compare the data. So I'll show you different ways in which you can compare your source to target data. So first way is that consider that your source and target have some primary column or key column. Based on that row can be identified. So here my id column is unique, so it's not duplicated. So based on this column I can identify a row. So when you have this kind of data, what you can do, firstly select your data. Okay, then go to your data. Here you can see the sort. I'm just considering that your source and target are not sorted out by default. So if I click over here, you can see the sort by column. So here I can see my different columns. So I see ID. Okay, what I want to do, based on ID columns, I want to sort this data. So if I click OK, so by default it was sorted. But here in my target, if you see my data is not sorted out. 2732. Then if I go down 3000, 2000, then in the bottom I have records 1325. So it's not sorted out my data. So here again, select your data, go to the sort by id. I want smallest to largest. Click OK. Now you can see that my target data is also sorted out. Now I have created one more tab. Here I copy the all column names which are same. Here what I will do, I will I will try to compare column cell values with source to target. So how I can do that? Equals, I'm going to source, I'm clicking this ID, then again click on equal, then go to your target and click on A2 cell and then hit enter. You can see that column value is matching true. So first of all, when you do that, just click on this plus and drag this formula till the end of your row. So this way, this formula is copied till end of your row. Now there are multiple ways, like, but again I need to copy this formula till my 2001 rows. So clicking here and dragging this till the 2000 is like very time consuming. So what you can do, click on this cell, control copy C. I'll copy this formula. Over here on the third cell, you can see that A3 is there. But I know that the cell value, my range is 2000 rows. So what I will do, click over here, write down A 2001. So what will happen? All the 2000 rows from A3 till 2001 will get selected. If I press enter, just control V will paste your formula in all those cells. So you don't have to like drag that formula. Once you do that, now go to your cell B, shift, then enter on the last cell and just double click on this plus sign. What will happen? All my formulas get pasted till my 2001 cell. Okay. So this is the way where you can do your validation between source and target. Now consider that like it's 2000, 5000 records. You don't know where false is there. You want to highlight that. So what you can do, you can go to your home. You see the conditional formatting is there on home tab. Click on that. I want to highlight cell rules. Test that contains. I will write down over here false. Click OK. Now my record doesn't have anything false. That's why all records are true. But consider that suppose in over here, I'll say on address, I write down 2 and just enter it. If I come here, see that false was get highlighted. So this is the one way where you can copy the data or compare the data between source and target and do your validation. But again, sometimes suppose uh, data set is huge and the ID columns is not numeric or is not getting sorted out correctly. So at that time, what should you do? So consider that this is my source, this is my target where like the randomized data is there. But I know that based on that ID column, I can identify that records. So what I will do, I'll click one more over here. So there is a VLOOKUP formula is available in Excel. So what that formula will do, I will just explain that firstly. So consider that I have this source, okay? Firstly, what I will do, I will copy this cell, copy my next Excel, I'll just paste it over there. So this is my ID column. Here, what I want to do, I'll say that based on this 1234 ID, go to the source, find this 1234 ID, give me this code, and again go to my target, this T1, find out the ID 1234, F1234, find out that row, okay, and then based on that row, just a minute, this 1234, go to the A column, find 1234. So this 1234 find out and give me this column data. So how you can achieve that? Here I'll say equals VLOOKUP. So in VLOOKUP, firstly you have to provide the lookup value. So what's my lookup value? This is 1234. Then comma table array. What's my table array? My source. So I have to provide the table. So consider that from this control, then shift side arrow. So it will select all your row, then control shift down arrow so that all the records or your table is get selected. Then I'll set the comma, then it's saying that column index number. So suppose that your id is found 1234, then which column index you want. So from this table which I just selected, I want this second column value. So I'll say second comma You want exact match or appropriate match? So I want exact match. So I'll say FA false. If I close this and then enter, so now you can see that second second column value get extracted from source. Similar way, what I have to do, I have to again select the same things equals to Vlookup. I have to look up this value, but this time I have to look up this value in my this table where I have that randomized data where I don't know on which call like number that ID is present. So again, what I will do, I will give my table range, control shift side arrow, then down arrow. So it will select my table range, then comma, what value I want to find, the second row. So I'll give my column index number as second, then comma, false, and then close the bracket. So now this from T1, my target, now you can see that columns are matching. So again, here what I will do, I will say is equals to if in condition the logical test. What would be my logical test? That this column equals to this column, right? Then I'll say match, double quote, comma, or else error. Now I'll close this. Now you can see that this column is match. If I put down now, just double click. Now you can see that all the column over here is match. So this is the way using the VLOOKUP you can find whether that values are getting match or not. For your own understanding, what you can do, just copy this code on your test it, test it. Here just write down source. Here write down target. You can say that my result 1. So this is the way to match, like we are matched only the second row. Now we have to copy and paste that formula similar way till my or your desired column rows. So what you can do here, I'm just copying the first cell. This is our formula. I'll just paste it over here. So now you can see that it's not able to find the data. So here what you need to do, you need to change it because when we copy and paste it, automatically it get increased. So here lookup value got increased to D2, but our lookup value should be A2. So here I'm selecting that A2. Now the table array is also got increased, but we know that our table array start from A2 till our I 2001, and this time I want to find the third value. So I'll change that column index from 2 to 3 and just enter, so that it'll will give me that value. Or if you have provide next time, if you want to, you can provide 4. So now 4, you can see that 1 2 3 4 A1 is there. Similar way here also in my target should be A2, and in target I know that range is from A2 till I 2001. Here the columns index number 4. Now you can see that match. And if I shift and click here and double click, all my formula will get match. And here again, you can go to your source and target for your understanding. You can copy paste the name. Here you can say that source. Here you can say target. This is my result 2. Again, if you want, you can highlight that particular conditional formatting do over here, or you can go to the data, use the filter, and on here you will say that match or no. So NA. Now you can see that over here 1000, this value 8999 is not able to find that same value in my target table. So this is the issue most of the time you will face. I will show you how you can fix that. So let me tell you what issue is arriving. Here lookup value is correct, but at this time my table array, it should be fixed. Here you can see that from A1000 it's trying to find the next value, but this value might be around like from A2 till I 2001. Anywhere this value can be found. So we want to have the fixed table array. We just want this value, the lookup value to be increased and this value to be increased. So how you can fix that? Let me again just select all. So go to your formula. Here when you have A2 to 2001, just before A give the dollar sign, before 2 give the dollar sign, before I give the dollar sign, before 2001 give the dollar sign. So what exactly it will do? It will have this fixed table array size. So no matter this value will get increase, your table array will be fixed. So if I click enter, I want to copy the same to my target also. In T1 again I'll provide the dollar, before 2 also dollar, before I dollar, before 2001 dollar, and enter. And I'll just click on these two columns and paste it, so that now each and every time you can see that if I clicked on anywhere, my table range is the same. Only this lookup value is getting increased. Table range is the same. Similar way here also, if I have to provide dollar, 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 before 2001 also dollar, hit enter. Here also dollar, 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 hit enter. Now control click. Now if I go and found, see that NA got all the rows are matching. Now next time whenever I just copy this, that dollar means all the table range will get also copied. So now copy as this time also only I need to change only the lookup value. Lookup value would be A2. Here I just have to change the sequence 4 to 5. Enter. lookup value A2, column sequence 5, AD1 match. 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find out this address. Firstly, look up this 1, 2, 3, 4. Find out its address. Then look up the same value 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. Control find 1, 2, 3, 4. Its fifth value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, AD1. So it's giving you that particular 81 address values. And now here you can see that we are write down the formula where these two values are matching, then give us the match, else error. Now if you shift and click over here, just double click, all the formula will get updated. So this is the another way also you can match your data in your Excel between your source and target. Let me know like if you want to know more about this, how you can compare the data. But while you're doing the ETL testing, most of the times you may have like your source and target systems are different. So you need to use the Excel to compare those data. So this is very like first of all, normal sorting the data using that. If you do your sorting from source and target, then directly using true or false, you can compare your data. Then if suppose sorting is not working correctly on source and target, then at that time you can use the VLOOKUP where you just look up that particular ID column which is unique, find that in your table array, just table array, you give all your table array, and then based on that ID you need to find out your second column, third column, fourth column, fifth column, like that, and then just compare that using the if condition where these two rows are matching, then give us the match, else error. I hope like you find this video helpful for your validations. Do let me know your comments whether it's useful for you or you want to know more about this. Meanwhile, enjoy your day. Bye bye.